Hey everybody, welcome to Tea Time with Amy and Bev.
We're back. You know
Hi.
what's so cool right now is I have a red shirt on and you have a purple shirt on.
Yes.
So root chakra, crown chakra. So it's like we've got our all bases covered at this time. You're
Okay,
welcome,
perfect.
people.
Yeah, perfect. Thanks for pointing
Yeah,
that out.
yeah. There we go. I mean, I have some purple on for sure because I have some amethyst on my wrist and stuff.
Very good. Very good. I have blue jean shorts on, so I'm grounded.
Nice. I like it.
I love the I love the color. So, um, recently there was a conversation about uh time management and take the time like on Sunday to lay out your outfits for the week. And they were talking about this was a business women's group that I was in, and so just what things can you do in your life that you can save time on, uh and help you be more efficient with your day and all the things. And so that was one thing that came up. Take the time at the beginning of the week to lay out all your outfits for each day, Monday through Friday. That way in the morning you just you it's good to go. So for me, um I stand in my closet sometimes for about 10 to 15 minutes trying to figure out what I'm feeling drawn to, because in the past I've attempted to just pull out the next day's outfit. And what happens is that next day when I get up and I'm getting ready for work and stuff, I'm in a different energy from when I picked the outfit to be wearing, and I will change the whole outfit. I'll just put it all back and then pull something else out. And that's what I do, because the talk about the chakras and the colors is what brought that up for me. Is it's whatever I'm drawn to that morning or when I get dressed. I've I have several times, other than like those specific events like a wedding. I know what I'm going to wear at a wedding. I know what I'm going to wear to a lot of times to a celebration of life, or things that are very specific like that. I pretty much know what I'm going to wear, but on a day-to-day basis, it I have to be drawn to it. So I've attempted to do that. So that was a tidbit of information for people who are working on their time management. Pick out your outfits at the beginning of the week, lay them out, match your earrings, your shoes, and all the things so that you're good to go. It works for a lot of people. It doesn't work for me at this point.
So as you're saying all this stuff, what I'm processing is you set intentions. We set intentions all the time, right? Spirit knows where we're going to be at mentally, physically, emotionally, I believe, in so many ways by Thursday. So you could have fun and still lay that out. Be like, okay, spirit or whatever, whoever you're talking to, angels, my universal team. What should we pick out for Monday? What should we pick out for this day? What should we pick out for this day? What should we, instead of it being our responsibility and seeing if we still actually gravitate towards those clothing. Because I feel like we think that that goes back to the whole thing of we think we always know what's best for us, but we don't. So that's why it would change the next day, right? We would from this the mental space, the energy frequency, the whatever's going on in your life in that moment, you decide to pick out those clothes, you're picking them out from that moment. But we can set ourselves up to choose those things with help in a different way. And it's like then like being excited to see the outfit because you'll have these knowings like I would never have thought that I would have worn this outfit today for sure, but this is like the best outfit for today. Or you might notice later on that you're wearing it, it's like I don't even know how. You might even find that you're matching up with someone 100% what they wore that day by something you picked the week before. So if we make it more fun and more of a I don't know, more of a flexing of the intuition muscles and stuff like that, I think it changes the whole process.
Yep, you're absolutely 100%. Setting your intentions about anything, whether it's your outfit or how your day is going to go, or your week, or even your year. uh, Setting your intention is a super huge part of us utilizing our guidance and letting the universe know what we want.
Exactly. And we're doing it with we're co-creating. So we're doing it the whole time. It's just allowing that flow to happen. And I guess setting our intention, yes, too, because I did say that, but it's also it's even bigger than that. It's like it's allowing that playful flow to happen. It's allowing that surrender to happen. It's allowing this internal guidance to come in. It's allowing yourself to flex the intuition muscle and see what kind of information that you receive or how things feel. It's so many opportunities, but that's how life can be about everything.
I like the word
It,
playfulness.
yeah,
Yeah, it's have fun picking out your outfits. Have fun thinking about what your day is going to look like. Have fun with, yeah, we have those days where you may feel dread, like, oh God, I got to face this person today, or I got to take care of this thing today. Well, what if it turned out better than you could ever expect? So what if you took your intentions and visualization and put the scenario in a, I just came to me like put the scenario in a cartoon and play it out with some silliness and then see if that softens and just play with it. Because the more you practice with it, the better it gets. And the better it gets, the more fun you have with it. The more fun you have with it, the more you do it. And um, and you notice that each situation that you participate in, it gets easier and easier.
it
Playful.
makes it fun. So playfulness reminds me of being a child, right? Last night I'm sitting there and I recognize when I start having emotional feelings within my body, I'm like checking in, like, where is that coming from? And what I recognize, if my inner wounded child is having a reaction to something, that is a perfect opportunity in that very moment to look at that, because I will guarantee you from our perspective that we've been living on this planet for the length of time that we've been living on it, I'm no longer that little wounded child. I'm reacting from that wounded child, and it makes zero sense logically to my to me now. And so when I start, so it's taken that time. As soon as you notice that there's something like that, your wounded child is having a temper tantrum about something, something's out of your control, somebody's doing something you don't want them to be doing, or whatever it is, when you logically look at it, it does not make sense. And so it's that's like a way of unraveling the old patterns and the old programs. And so that we're not still operating from that 5 year old, that 8 year old, that 9 year old version of ourselves. We're not doing it anymore because it's so easy. I mean, it really is. I can tell when I'm feeling good or not feeling good, and I can tell when something's irritated me and not irritated me. It's pretty simple. So in that exact time, I can freaking let the fire consume me and just take me, or I can stop for a few minutes and take a look at it and realize there was no need for a fire in the first place. And now I'm giving my wounded inner child a different perspective, and that perspective changes everything, and everything just stops. So now you're back into the playfulness of things. Because I can guarantee you that our wounded child does not want to walk around the planet being a wounded child forever. They want to fricking have fun. So I present opportunities to my even myself.
Yeah. And it's true because children are curious. They want to explore. They want to taste everything. They put everything in their mouth. Infants, um, they want to touch everything, feel it, tactile, right? What does that feel like? They ask why all the time. Why? And of course, as the adult, we get irritated. I did anyway. Got irritated with that question. Um, and as when we're adults, we stop being that curious and we stop asking questions and we forget to be playful because we're so damn serious about life and about being perfect and not wanting, and that perfectionism is not wanting to get in trouble because we learned that when we don't get it right that we get in trouble. So um coming back into playful intentions to you've we've disconnected from that. I know I did for several years. I know Bev did, that we disconnect from that the playfulness that our child wanted to do, but maybe didn't get the opportunity. There are people out there who had amazing childhoods, and that's awesome. And many of us did not. There were moments, we did have playful moments, we did have wonderful moments, but typically the traumas and dramas outrule, and we remember the traumas and dramas. We forget about those glimpses of joy that we did have. But allow yourself as the adult now to look at experiences in a different through different eyes, meaning um if you just take it and look at it as a situation, it's just an experience. And it's easy to say this, it's not always easy to do. It's just an experience. That's it. The glass fell off the shelf, hit the floor, shattered. It becomes a big deal when we bring ourself into it of, oh my God, that was my mom's favorite glass. And now she's going to be so mad at me and I'm going to get in trouble and she's not going to talk to me and we're going to have the big, huge fight. And right, we just start spiraling down because of that is our programming. And what if your mom's like, oh, it's no big deal. I was going to go through my glasses anyway and get rid of a bunch of them. It's just an experience. Hey, I broke the glass, or hey, the glass fell off the shelf and broke. Maybe she does have a moment of um discord because it was something that brought memories to her, but in actuality the memory can never be taken away. It was just a connection to that item, right? So it's get back into the playfulness, the playful intentions, the the idea that life is supposed to be fun. You've just not been allowing yourself to have fun.
It's retraining, right? Because we don't, a lot of us are not even familiar with that because our parents weren't familiar with that. They didn't, we just knew that it was the opposite. That was always working hard. And when you said that, the glass, like you use that as the visual for me, the glass broke. The opportunity was, well, now I have room for a new favorite glass. Like it's or curiosity as a child. I wonder what my new favorite glass is going to be. Like it's being exciting about that, knowing that something was cleared away. It's giving me goosebumps. But noting that something was cleared away for you, not in any way to harm you. It was cleared away for you. And such a simple analogy is that glass falling off the shelf and it was your favorite. It's like I just said, it's just an opportunity for another favorite. It's the opportunity to use something different. It's the we could look at it in a million different directions, but it's whatever makes you feel good.
Yep. And we just forgot how to do that. We just
Yeah.
forgot how to be lighter and embrace life and put a smile on our face more often and um, just recognize that each situation, each encounter, each experience, each person is giving us an opportunity to dig deeper in ourselves of maybe what have we been allowing ourselves to miss out on. And when I say that, we're missing out on the joys of life because we're hanging on to so many things from the past that is keeping us stuck in those old programmings. Um, allowance. We have to allow ourselves. We have to allow ourselves to be playful. We have to practice it. And it's not very often that I will say that you have to do something or need to do something, but you can only get good at something when you practice. So you have to practice in order to get better at being playful, having playful intentions, releasing the fears of getting in trouble or having to get it perfect. There's no perfection in this world other than they may say God's perfection. When you say God's perfection, then all of us are already perfect. It's when we think we have to do something in a perfect manner. What if it is already perfect? It's just your perception thinking it is not.
Yeah, because isn't what being perfect is like comparing ourselves to somebody else the way that they did or the way someone else believes it should be, right? So it is not being in that space anymore, but I grew up the same way. I mean, I grew up that way. I was a perfectionist, and it also gets attention when you do something. Oh, that's great! You did this way, or they get proud of you for you doing things, or it's this positive reinforcements, and maybe those positive reinforcements are always the best. It's not something that we should be striving to go after, striving for.
Yeah. And you know what? When you bring some playfulness into your life, things do get seem to get easier. You
They
just
do.
have to get accustomed to it being easier. One of my things I used to do is life would be going well, everything's working well, but because my nervous system didn't know how to handle that, I would create a problem so I could fix it. It took me several years to even recognize that's what I was doing and to acknowledge why I did it. And so I was creating issues for myself, complicating, not creating issues, but complicating my journey because of my old programming that nothing goes right. There's always a problem. There's always drama. I'm always focused on the drama. Things need to be hard. Um, in order to feel accepted, I got to solve this problem. So it's just like these deep-seated beliefs, and that's what this space that we keep ourselves in when we don't allow ourselves to be playful.
It's true. I don't know if it's relevant or not relevant, but my grands have been sick with like a stomach thing. And so when you think about that from an energetic standpoint, there's a purging that's happening, right? If we're not allowing ourselves to be happy, or maybe there's so much stuff that's on us, whether from our parents or, expectations and stuff, and we put so much pressure on ourselves and aren't allowing ourselves to feel the way we want to feel, like feeling happy and feeling good. And we've got all these things inside of us. Purging is like a natural way of releasing everything so that you can find yourself back to the homeostasis, so you can find yourself back to the happy place.
Yep. And ultimately, I don't think we've said this in a long time. Ultimately, it's a choice.
It is. We don't realize it when we're kids, though, that it's a choice, because it seems like the choices are being taken away, not from all parents, because I think some people, grandparents, have an understanding about how presenting at choices are very important for raising our children. If it's only two choices, that's fine. It doesn't matter as long as there's like they have a choice to make how they want to choose to move forward. And I think that's empowering. That's something I think a lot of us were missing. I'm afraid of doing something wrong, so not doing any, was I was afraid of doing something wrong, so not doing anything at all would be the best way to solve it. So I didn't have to get in trouble at all. They don't have to do anything. Just go, I was just gonna say, just go clean the yard or clean the house or stay out of mom's way so you don't get in trouble, or it just goes along those ways, and then not following our own path, which is totally the opposite of what all of us should be doing. And the kids, I had Colton out here one day, and he is like he's gonna follow one of the dogs around, and he's gonna do everything that the dog does. And I know I think I had brought this conversation up before, but it's like that's just following your intuition. That's being curious and being like, well, that the dog's gonna go do this. Oh, he's digging over there. I'm gonna go dig too. If they found a scorpion, but I had brought that up, but it's just funny because it's just listening to our intuition, and that's the playfulness, and that's exactly how we should be on a daily basis. We started our meeting a little bit later than normal because we had a gopher snake that was on top of one of our trucks. So I mean, you were patient. I don't think it was too much later, but it did kind of pull back the minutes a little bit. Just put it off a little bit, the schedule. And but that was an opportunity. My adult self would have been like, oh, I've got to go get in there and get on this. We got this meeting right now, all these things. And it's like, but my child side is like, this is so cool. I had to go out and take a bunch of pictures of it because I thought it's so cool that the snake has even gone all the way up to the top of the vehicle. And on the other side, I could look at it and be like, well, that's freaky. I'm gonna have to start paying a little bit better attention to my truck when I go out. But I also look at it from a different perspective too, because for me, everything's a message, and I haven't looked at all my messages. But it's like even recently going into town, two times I've had a coyote go right in front of my path. I had a squirrel yesterday. There's just different things that I have experienced. I saw a pure white dove this morning. before Friedman and I were sitting outside, and he said he's been seeing this dove around pure white. And, for me, that message would be that I'm on the right path. I'm on the right track because that's how the symbolism has shown up for me, like in a dream when before I went to massage school, that before I even left town, it was probably a couple days before I left town or the night before I had this dream. And it was so vivid, but I was following this dove that was up illuminated above me, and I was just following it. It was going, and I was just right below it, following where it was going. So I see that gives me my symbolism, my experiences. So if I look at life the way that I'm looking at life now, it's more curious, it's more playful, it's more fun. I feel more passion in my life because that is the passion. The passion is following all these little breadcrumbs that we have out there and having that fun. The passion, following my fun. I'm not even just following passion anymore. I'm starting to follow my fun more, no matter what that is. I'm even outside walking around with no shoes on, in the dirt. That would be a kid thing that I did not even allow myself when I was a child because my feet were too sensitive when I was a kid. Now I'd have to look that up and see what was the meaning of all that. I'm sure I'd probably find out some information, but I was not that girl. I was not that girl that could do that. My sister, she could run around barefoot. She blew my mind how much she could run around barefoot. And I'm freaking Taurus. And if you think about Taurus, Taurus is an earth sign. It's very grounded. It's like, so a lot of things just didn't fit. But I think that's just training from everything that was around me. And now I'm finding out, what does Bev like? What does she like to go do? What's fun for me? And it doesn't matter if it's fun for somebody else because it's what's fun for me.
Right.
Because we're not living in someone else's box. I'm not living in someone else's box. I'm not trying to be liked. If I could even use a partner or a best friend or anything, if it's like if we're not meshing or if we're not resonating with each other, that's okay. Because it goes back to the glass. What's next? This is exciting.
Yeah. And a lot of times I'm not going to go down deep into this hole, but a lot of times we don't allow ourselves to be playful because we believe, and again, going into our belief systems, we believe that because of our life experiences, we're supposed to stay in our suffering. We're supposed to be angry about whatever happened. We're supposed to hang on to all of that. And similar to the glass, until you make space for something new, whatever the old is taking up the space won't allow for the new space. So if you're wanting to lean into playfulness and fun and seeing life through new eyes, then there are things, emotions, experiences, people that it's going to take some time maybe, but to release it out of your body, your nervous system, your it's probably always going to remain in your memory, but releasing the hold, the bind to the memory, and release the suffering so that you can allow yourself to be playful and have fun and embrace the remaining years that you may have left, even days or hours, because we don't know what that looks like. We don't know what that number is, and what are you going to do with the time that you have left? Might be today, and it might be another 50 years. I don't know, but I get to choose, and that my choice is to have uh playful intentions and to embrace more fun as I keep moving through each moment of this lifetime.
Yeah. And coming to me is like enjoying the interactions that we have with others, whether we resonate with it or not. It's just, there's a bonus to everything. And the bonus may be like, oh well, that was nice. I got an opportunity to see what I don't want, so I can know what I do want.
Yes. And absolutely life has given us that. In so
100%. But like you said, if you just take it and process process it as if it's just information coming in and you're neutral to it, then it's fun. Then it's creative.
yeah. And ultimately, again, it is our choice. And not only is it your choice, but it's the choice of those that you work with, there you see out in public, your friends at the barbecues. Everybody has the choice. And some people are seeking answers and guidance of what that choice looks like for them. So be sure to to share whatever content information that you are receiving, whether it's from um, our podcasts and recordings or from another teacher, speaker, influencer, and whether it looks like a book, a webinar, a seminar, share what's working for you. Be that resource. You don't have to be the teacher or the speaker, but be the resource and share where you're getting the content from. So our content can be found on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Spreaker, Spotify, Podcast Addict, and YouTube. Who knows? We might add 10 more in the future. But with that, friends, share what's working and help be that person for somebody else. So, any other final words, Bev?
I would say be responsive to your intuition.
And your spirit, believe it or not, your spirit wants to have fun and be playful. So, listen to your intuition, listen to your inner guidance, and loosen the reins a little bit. Life isn't as serious as we think it is.
Yeah.
So, we will see you on our next episode. Um, and maybe share with us in the comments what is it that you did to bring in some more playfulness, or what intentions did you set and you're just watching as it unfolds. You're welcome to share your questions and comments with us, and we'll come back to them at our earliest convenience because we have life too. All right, friends, thanks for hanging out with us. Tea time with Amy and Bev, and we will see you next time.
Bye.